Hello everyone, welcome to another Mod Monday. So there was a brand new mod that just dropped, the John Deere A, and this is one of the first versions of it, if not the very first. I don't know the exact year of this one, but what I can tell you is that these models were built from 1934 and they went up as far as 1952, and you'll see this is also an A, and this is more of the later version. So in 1934 they would have been in this style right here with not much of a motor to be seen. You know, very small motor, 20 horsepower roughly. You know, I think it showed about 18 horsepower to the drawbar, and later on it got upgraded. I believe that was in 1939. They started with this new model, new body line, little bit of a bigger motor, little more horsepower. I believe this thing would put out about 30 horsepower. You can see some of the notable differences is the sheet metal, the grill, but the really big one that stands out for everyone is this giant tube here. Now the giant tube is obviously connected to that front steering, and yes, that is the steering column. So you'll see on top of here there's this gearbox, and if we follow it around you'll see there's a long shaft that goes straight up to the steering wheel. So yeah, very rudimentary, very simple but effective. And you'll also see that the radiator is fully exposed, whereas the later models featured a grill cover that would have protected the radiator a little better. With the later models, you see that this steering shaft came at a bit of an angle, and that would have gone into the same grill, but I do believe that dropped just in front of the radiator as well and came down, but much better cover on it, so it kept everything nice and tidy. Now as for the first Model A here, you can see we got some spoke rims, and this tractor would have come with either rubber tires or with the steel tire. There were many versions available. Right here for you guys I have just the standard version. I haven't done anything to it. No fenders available to this model here, although I do believe that there would have been aftermarket fenders you could have put on. You could also get the wide axle, which would have pushed your tires out an extra 6 inches on either side. Better for row cropping, you know, depending on what kind of planting you were doing or cultivating. Having the axles pushed out a little more would have definitely made it a little nicer on the field. I have not tried this mod out since this one dropped, so I am very thrilled to try this with you guys. But I will say the other Model A here, this one I have used a fair bit, and I know this thing sounds really cool, and I do want to use this as well. I think we'll make it a 2-in-1 mod review. You can see it's got the drum here. This is where you would put your belt to run implements, as I don't think that most of them had a real PTO back in the time. I believe this is just up to the artist's rendering. I don't know that for sure, but I do believe that was the case. With the other tractor, we can also see that there is a flywheel here, and it would have run the belt as well, and it looks like the artist chose to put a PTO here, although I cannot confirm whether that is true. All that being said, I think we need to put it through the torture test, don't you guys? We got some worthy clients lined up here, and I think we need to put it through the test, put it through the ringer, see what we can do. And by the way guys, the only reason the Farmall H is here is because it is a bit of a midpoint between these two tractors, just to kind of give you an idea of what would have been available at that time. So this one would have predated that H by a few years, whereas this one here would have been around that same time as that H. kind of gives you an idea of what the world looked like back in that time. Okay, I guess to start things off, we should probably take the bigger of the Deere, even though it's the same model. We'll hook that up to the gravity wagon. We'll go and do a little loop around the parking lot here just to see how it'll tow. And yes, you guys are in for a treat. This thing sounds amazing when it starts up. Very realistic sound on this mod. And I can't wait to let you guys hear this. You guys can hear how it's kind of got that pop to it. So these tractors were famously known for having a popping sound when they were running. As well, you can see that flywheel is spinning right inside of that tire. Very, very cool. There's a large lever to the right of my character, and if I shut off the engine, you'll see the lever move forward. So that is actually your ignition there. Now watch, when I start up again, it'll pull the lever back. There you are. So let's get this tractor hooked up. There we are. Also notice the lever is down by the steering column. You have your shifter. That's reverse. Put it to first gear. And that is your throttle. And you can see that lever on the right hand side also making movement. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to just kind of let you guys have a look. Just watch those levers and see what they do. Isn't that cool? Very, very well done, I have to say. As for the tractor's pulling capabilities, it seems to do alright with 8,000 liters of lime on board. It's not winning any awards, but it's pulling alright, I would say. Well, we can see full speed is not a problem with said wagon. I can't wait to see what the old model will do for us. Okay, you guys are going to be hearing this for the first time with me, as I have not yet tried this tractor out at all. I've sat on it, but I've never started it yet. So prepare your ears for whatever is about to happen here. Here we go. Both flywheels run really nice. Both spinning. Very, very cool. And I have to say, it sounds very, very similar. That kind of popping sound that John Deere was so famous for. It sounds exactly the same. Very, very cool. Yeah, you can hear that. Tut, 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 tut. That popping sound. That is fantastic. But can this little tractor pull as much as its younger brother, the more powerful one? Let's give that a go. I'll put on the cruise. Again, we're not winning any awards, but it does pull. Not sure about doing any kind of hills with this thing, but there we go. Yeah, see, it's pulling all right. Yeah, this would definitely not be for the farmers that are pushing to get stuff done with all kinds of speed. But it does get the job done, that it does. Most amusing, that it is. It was very, very strongly suggested to use a trailed lifter for using this tractor. In the mod description it asked for that. And I understand why. Because this is a very, very light tractor, but it wouldn't be a proper torture test if we didn't just see if it could hold its own on this tipper here. I have a feeling that the front wheels are going up, just personally saying. No? Oh my goodness, it actually held. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. 30,000 liters, it says no problem. It'll pull it. Not fast, but it'll pull it. That is very cool. Look at that. Look at that. That is fantastic. You know, you have to give credit where credit is due. The little tractor, it definitely punches over its weight class. Oh, we can see it kind of bogged down a little bit because I turned a little tight, but it's pulling. It is getting that job done. That is fun. But just wait, we gotta put through the ringer. We got some more hard work for it to do. Just hang on. Test number 2. No tractor really shows its worth until it is actually baled. So let's see if this thing can bale. Lower and turn on. This is obviously the very smallest of the balers. And toggle cruise control. Let's see if we can bale with this thing. It does appear so. Oh, that's just fantastic. That's not working so bad. So I think it's fair to say this tractor can bale with the very smallest of balers. That's a good sign. You really love to see it. And turn off baler and unload. Boom, and boom, and boom, and boom. Oh, we got it. There we go. I'm just going to set it up for the next time we're baling. And we got to try maybe a little bit of a bigger baler, something that's out of its horsepower class. Hang on. I really hope you guys didn't think I was going to run a round baler, because no, that's not going to happen. It cannot run a round baler. No, I have a better idea in mind. So what I got for you guys is a Massey Ferguson 1840 baler. This is a modded one that has allows the bales to be auto dropped onto this wagon, and so this should be a real challenge for it. So I want to turn it on, and I believe you need about 40 horsepower to run this baler, but this tractor seems to be holding its own. And so right away we're just going to set cruise control, and you can see it's not winning any awards by going fast, but it is baling. So can you bale with this thing? Absolutely you can. It sure works. I'm just going to finish up this row, and we can call that good enough. We have proven our point. We can bale with at least 2 different balers. So for the farmers that love to use the tiny equipment, this is one of your contenders right here. Look at that, just doing a beautiful job. Test number 3 has to do with earthworks. So cultivating, tilling, disking, what have you. And for this one, I'm actually going to hire workers so that there is no chance of me cheating. So here we go, hire worker. You clearly saw the player model change, and you probably saw my game freeze. There you go. Let's do it. Look at that. It's whipping right along. It's not asking any questions. That is fantastic. You love to see it. Not a problem at all. I know this is only a very small disker and does not require high horsepower, but it is within its weight class, and so it is good to see that it is able to pull within its weight class. Wonderful. Why don't we get the cultivator out next? I believe I got a bigger cultivator at the other end of the row, and we'll see how that one does. Now, while this cultivator is a fair bit wider, it doesn't require much more horsepower than that little disker does. So I think this tractor should be able to do it if if my observations are right. And there we go. She's digging in. Look at that. Seems to go full speed in a hurry. Did not take long at all. Well, you know, just goes to show sometimes you get a tiny little tractor with 20 horsepower and it is able to run little tools really well. Now obviously we're not going to go put this to a 30-foot cultivator or anything like that, but just for the sake of small farming, this thing seems to do really well. So yeah, I'm actually quite impressed. Actually quite impressed. I've now moved on to a different map to do a few more tests, and I just want to just continue this by saying these tractors, I mentioned earlier that they're kind of a popping sound. Now that is due to it being a 2-cylinder engine, and they had a very, very distinctive sound that would often be known as a Johnny Popper. So yeah, kind of cool to hear that they had their own nickname for the popping sound of the engines. This first model here would be called the Unstyled, whereas this one would be called Older Styled, and later they updated this model again to what they call the Newer Style. There were different variations. Here you can just see it's an A as well as an A here. There were other variations including the AO, which was used for orchards. We had an AI, which was used for industrial. And we had an AN, which had a single front wheel, a very, very wonky design. And then we had the AW, which had a wide front end, so a wide front axle. And then obviously the AN and the AW had other little divisions, such as the ANH and the AWH. And then there was also an AR version, which was a non-row crop version. So couple of different variations to this tractor, obviously different axle styles, and here you see I added the wider axles now, so quite a bit of pop to them. Like, that's a very wide stance right now, but I just thought I'd point those things out. They were originally sold for 2,400 American dollars, and in their complete cycle almost 300,000 of these tractors were built, and they were directly competing with the McCormick Farmall, which was the tractor we featured a little earlier. So there you go. There's a little bit of history for you guys. So the reason I brought you guys to this map is because of that hill there. Well, the two hills, right? What I like to do sometimes is just give it a torture test, see how much it would struggle to climb a hill. And that's what we're going to be aiming for today. And we will be putting it on the dirt, obviously, and we will see what kind of hills we can climb. For now, I'm going to park this guy to the side, and you can see this tractor is coming right over here. He is all set, and we're going to get set. We're going to put a weight to this, some kind of wagon with a bit of weight, and then we are going to see what we can do with that hill. Okay, so this is the test. I have never done this test before, so I don't know for sure if it will work, but I do believe it should. What we're going to do, we're going to set our waypoint for right over here. Let's set it smack dab and have them point it there. Alright, here we go. Let's see if our worker knows what to do. And the ultimate goal is to make it up that hill and see if it'll have the power to do so. Now, we wait. Will they drive or will they not? This is the big question. You can see I've filled a gravity wagon 100% full. So now it's just a matter of figuring out if our contestant knows what to do. Oh, she's starting off. Alrighty. We're off. Let's see where she can bring it up to, or where it's going to power out. I really wish I would have brought a bale with me so I could have a place marker somewhere. And I hope she doesn't veer off too far, because a lot of steering is going to be detrimental to the power needed to climb the hill. If she gets in the dirt, it could probably mean being a little bit heavier and a little more of a struggle to get in. But the tractor seems to be holding its own. It's not going so bad. You know, I may have to fast forward this until we get to a point where it's actually starting to climb, because yeah, that hill climb is very, very slow. But no, you know what? It's starting to drop speed already. Good. Good, good.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell.
Alright, so still no word from our other old Model A. So for us, we're just going to put her in cruise control, and we're going to see if we can meet her somewhere on the hill. Seeing as that trooper is still going and doesn't seem to want to quit. So I'm just going to, I'm just going to kind of make my way up the hill and see where she's at. And hopefully we don't embarrass ourselves by having a tractor with smaller horsepower beat the one with more horsepower, because yeah, that would be a little embarrassing. So what I'm going to do for you guys now, I'm going to pop myself into first person. So prepare your ears. If you're wearing headphones, you may want to turn this down in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. So already we're gearing down and gearing down fast. Like, yes, it's oh, we just dropped 5th gear now, so we got a little more RPMs going. And yeah, it's slowing down pretty quick. Yeah, we're dropping speed here as well, and I think our lady is about bogged out there. So yeah, oh, we skipped 4th and just dropped right straight down to 3rd gear. Wow. Oh, up to 4th, so gained a little courage, did we? We're putting up there. 6 clicks an hour. Well, we're getting her done. It is already quite the incline there. It does look attainable to reach where the other tractor's at, although I never did see her quit her pull. So I'm not sure what that means for us. If she just stopped somewhere in between, or what happened. Or if she's just sitting there spinning with no forward momentum, I don't know. But we're coming up to her now, and I feel like that's probably very much to be expected, I would say. But yeah, down to 3rd gear. how long before we drop down to first gear and just start putting along like she was. I hope this doesn't take as long. That was painful. Absolutely painful. I'd love to switch over to her view, but I feel like if I do that... Oh, we went from third to first gear. I feel like if I switch to her view, then that's going to stop all the momentum here, because I don't have a AI driving this right now. So that would kind of suck, if we're being honest. Ruin the whole point of this competition here. Look at that, we're back in second gear for some reason. This guy's a trooper too. Yeah, of course we're only going really, really slowly, but we're getting her done. We're getting it done. Yeah, we should... That tractor is still smoking, so obviously it's still pulling. But I don't think it's going anywhere at this point. That is fantastic. I love to see this. Absolutely love to see this. Second gear, holding about 4 clicks an hour. We should be able to pass her no problem. All this time she would have been putting along kind of that 1 click an hour, you know, 1 kilometer an hour there. She would have just been creeping this way here. So yeah, this tractor is definitely doing it. And I see the RPM go down. Are we gonna drop a gear? Most likely. Just watching. Oh, we're down to 2 clicks an hour. That's pretty stiff. You didn't drop a gear though. This surprises me somewhat. Come on, you can do this. oh, got a little little extra shot there. Please don't embarrass yourself. You've got to be able to make it past that other wagon, otherwise that's not a good look for you. But it does appear as though we should be able to pass by. We're driving 2 and we're passing by the other tractor like it's standing still, because it literally is. How is this lady doing anyway? I gotta see this. Oh, gotta reverse. Yeah, no, she's stuck. She is not going anywhere. I see your tractors going back and forth. And we've officially passed her. Look at that. We actually picked up speed too. Put her in first gear and picked up some speed. Oh, that's fun. Now I gotta see this tractor again. Yeah, no, she's officially stopped moving. Well, safe to say that this thing does have more power. But I think it's also safe to say that, all things considered, this thing probably could climb that hill. Like it's a straight climb up from here. It's not like it's gonna get any steeper. And no, we're not gonna try that hill over there. That is not gonna happen. I would say this is good enough. We've proved our point. So we're gonna steer this around, and we're gonna just hightail it on down the hill. We'll hire someone that they can hightail it on down, and I think we'll call that one magic. Well, folks, I hope you guys did enjoy this rather lengthy mod review for a Mod Monday video. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I do enjoy torture testing these units. So yeah, this was kind of a 2-for-1 deal where we tried 2 different models, and I just realized I got some sort of sticker on there. Rollo-matic. Oh, I thought it was a worm on there, a caterpillar or something. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you guys did, leave that like on the video. If you guys want to see me do a different model, or you guys have ideas for any other torture tests I can put them through, gladly leave those in the comments. I always appreciate community input, and I would be more than happy to try whatever you guys want to throw my way. As for the video itself, we're all done here, so thanks again, And let's see you guys on the next video, whenever that happens to be. Take care of yourselves.